Yo, what's up guys? It's Justus. We got Cybertruck number 3 in the shop today. We're doing the windshield in the front doors, so let's get it. I'm just putting the fabric softener on here. This gives my film the ability to be able to like move around and glide around on the windshield and stick in spots where I want it to stick, so that way it doesn't get too hot and burn or crease in spots. Everybody has their own like secret sauce when it comes to their shrinking method. Some dudes use bar soap. I use fabric softener. Dryer sheets are really popular. Everybody has their own thing. Some guys even use baby powder. And I always try to give it like a good thick even coverage over the whole thing. And then while this dries, I'm gonna go ahead and get a good prep on the windshield, get everything clean and covered that I need. All right, so first step whenever I'm in the car is I always put the display screen on screen clean mode. So that way, because if you get these screens wet, they start going absolutely insane. And I always cover my screens with a towel just for added security. These dashes are huge. I cover everything that I can cover on them within reason. Because if you get your like dash covers like too close to the glass, especially on something like this that's this narrow, you can actually get contaminants from the actual cover itself onto the window as you spray. It's really hard to reach this bottom as is. So covering it the best I can. But it's just water and baby shampoo. There's no real harmful chemicals or anything like that that's gonna cause an issue. I'm covering this top part a little bit different than I normally do because this Alcantara, whatever it's called, is the whole ceiling, and it's really hard to not touch it whenever I'm going in with the film. I'm gonna cover it with this. Oh, I forgot I was mic'd up for a second. I'm over here like grunting and cussing. It is so hard to reach the bottom of this windshield, guys. I don't think anybody, like, oh, I hope y'all can see me in the camera struggling just to put this piece of tape on. The soak rope is super, super important for keeping all the electronics that we can't see underneath the dash safe. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh. Man, I ran like 7 miles yesterday, and this is not comfortable. My legs aren't very sore from it, but the positions I have to hold myself in, a little bit of leg work out there. Probably not noticeable for somebody who doesn't know a lot about tint. I'm not using very much water at all whenever I install these. I try to use as minimal water as possible on windshields. You got to use a certain amount because you have to do, you know, if you don't, you're going to have contaminants on the glass. You're not going to have a clean install. You're going to get smear marks in the film. So there's like a certain amount of water that you have to use. So this is the Crystalline 70. This is the virtually clear film. So fun fact about glass, there's a little bit of color in all glass. That little bit of color is the 70% light transmission. So in this situation, I am in a predicament. Oh, I feel stupid right now. Oh, my phone's over there. Walkie-talkies over there. Alondra, are you in the bathroom? This is stupid. I got so caught up in making the video that I forgot to have an extra set of hands to hold the film for me. So now I'm in a situation because I cannot drop this film. It does not want to roll up. My phone is over there. Oh, it's embarrassing. Alondra! I need help. I'm in a situation. I'm so glad you're in the bathroom. All right, I'll be chilling here. I can't believe this happened. I feel stupid right now. So, and I'm gonna need your help too. I'm sorry if I had to rush you too.
That's okay.
I was like looking around, I was like, how do I get out of this situation? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then I was like, she's in the bathroom.
It's okay. I thought I heard something, but
you can cut the rest of it.
Let me just actually slide over and then I'll let you feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
There, you want me to finish cutting?
Yeah, finish cutting because I don't want to cut at you. There you go. Cool. Hooray! I'm still gonna need help positioning it in a second, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I'll take my knife back. That way we don't lose it.
Okay.
Thank you, Alondra.
You're welcome.
Let's get this shrinking. So these Cybertruck windshields are huge. But the nice thing is, there's not a lot to shrink on these, so it looks more daunting than it actually is when it comes to like the shrink wise. I'm doing a pocket shrink. This is my favorite shrinking method, especially with 3M Crystalline. So 3M Crystalline has a really high heat rejection. The heat you actually feel on your skin is infrared rays. So the higher infrared you're stopping with the window film, the cooler you feel in the car. So for something like this, it has like, 99% infrared, you're stopping basically all that heat you're feeling. So it's tricking your mind into thinking you're even cooler than you are whenever you're inside the vehicle. And that way, we can use films that are really light in nature. So this is a 70% film, totally clear, legal in majority of the United States. And you're getting a high heat rejection without sacrificing any visibility. Like this is 70% film, so basically that means it has the same darkness as clear glass. So it's like just having two pieces of glass together. You would still consider that clear glass. And see, now what I did is I got this pocket formed at the bottom, so there's still like air right here, and that air is actually warmed up too. Now, I can come from the top and I can start heat shrinking everything down. Crystalline is a really, really difficult, it's in my opinion, and I've installed a lot of films. I've installed Lumar, Suntech, Matico, I've installed some Expel. I've installed a lot of different films. Crystalline is one of the most difficult to install. And with that, not a lot of people like to carry it because of the difficulty and how expensive of a film it is, but it's totally worth it in the long run. And I'm putting my arm at the bottom of the window because what that does is it stretches the fingers basically the bubbles that form, one direction, because the film only shrinks top to bottom. So whenever you're rolled on a roll, it's the factory edge sides. If you try to shrink it the other direction, like if I try to come this way with the film, it would actually be all distorted and mess up and crinkle and burn really easily. So whenever I'm using my arm to pull the fingers down, it makes it to where they all stay that perfectly perpendicular to what would be the factory edge of the box. And it makes it to where it'll shrink down a lot easier for me. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm just resealing that bottom, just get this last little bit shrunk right there. And I cannot stress how little room for error I have on shrinking these. Like it's like this close on both the top and bottom, to where I even like the top corners in the middle of the bottom of the window, I don't even really cut those because it's that close and I need that extra wiggle room for whenever I go inside to install it. And welcome Alex to the show. Huh? Here in a minute.
Is it going down for real yet?
Is it what?
Is it going down for real?
Go up to the corner. Yeah, right here. All right. And go across. All the way across. It's the same on this side. So I just need to cut this out. I know where it's at. And just,
This looks like a cleaner roll than last time.
Don't question.
Prematurely, like, see what happens with Eagles?
Yep.
I kind of remember that, yeah.
See,
On this side or that side?
it's gonna be on this side. Yeah, so I have really flat feet, but I've never had like just feet pain. Like, oh, Joe, don't touch the window. You're close.
Come in. Careful with the head.
All right, you gonna hold it there for me? It's just so deep, man. Anthony, you wanna grab it off my shoulders?
Maybe. Couldn't help it. It's just so deep.
Yeah. Go way this way.
That's better.
Yeah. All right. Anything on a magnet it up.
Oh, fall on your head. Fall on your head. Hang on.
It's okay.
I only have one extra hand.
I got it.
Here.
It's all right. It's gonna have to slide a whole bunch.
Here.
Cool. All right. So Anthony, I really want to make sure it doesn't fall off the glass here. So just make sure you keep it there. Yeah, I lost a bunch of them, so that's all I got left.
Losing magnets, bro.
I don't know.
Little liner right there. Here you go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I want to pull. What's burning?
it did sound like that.
It's probably next door then.
Hey, whoa.
Oh,
There you go.
I see.
Grab it.
All right, now drop it, Joe. I'm gonna get the top part off first. And then we got all this liner I gotta get out. Come on. There's so much just excess liner. It's just so much. Go underneath it. You wanna hold it up? Let me get this part first, Anthony, before you push that.
Yeah.
Because once this bottom's on, man, this fabric, the way they designed this dash just does not make life easy.
It was a goal when they made the Model X. They're like, let's mess with window tinters. And they
Yeah.
made the Cybertruck. They're like, hang on, we got a new challenge here for you.
I swear that's what people do. Like,
It's like BMW and cleaning wheels. They're like, hey,
I think Volkswagen does it too.
Volkswagen, the whole Volkswagen group is like,
Yeah.
hey, let's make cool wheels that are super hard to clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shift it this way a little bit.
Yeah, it needs to go that
move to
way.
the left. Yeah. Here.
One second. Yeah, my dad and I used to joke that whoever designs cars for Volkswagen,
Moving it.
their son-in-law's.
At the bottom of the...
It's okay.
It still needs. I think it's. You're getting there, but it still needs to come over a little bit, right?
Well, no, it's cool. I can adjust all that. I just want to make sure I got it on the glass. Cool, guys.
Good.
Yep. Yeah. I should be able to handle it now. Yeah, it smells like someone was trying to bake cookies and they burned them. You know, like, so it smells like. Do what?
Do you just stay here for a minute?
No, I think I'm set. Yeah. There's another one coming?
Another one coming tomorrow, another one coming on Thursday. 2 are coming tomorrow.
Oh, wow. We have 2 more? So this is, yeah.
Ryan's is coming back on Thursday to get the door done.
What door? Are we tinting it?
We literally
oh,
have
that.
full of Cybertrucks.
Yeah. Shop full of Cybertrucks. All right. All right, guys, back to the Justus show. Nah, about the half the time it takes me to shrink an X windshield.
But the install takes longer.
The install takes me longer, yeah, because we're averaging about 3 hours on these, and X windshields usually take me 2 to 3 hours. Yeah. So it's like they both have their own difficulties, you know. Like I would say the X is a more difficult shrink, but we do so many X's that I don't even second guess myself on those. These, since they're new, it's just gonna take a little bit of practice. So this trim is like way, way tighter than the trim on the last one I did. So what I'm doing there is I'm just forcing the film back to go behind the trim here, because if it's butting up against the trim, it's going to keep pulling up fingers and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have this issue for a minute. But as that dries, it should change. I'm gonna actually have to trim it over here because I could not see this top edge, or the edge of this whenever I was cutting it out. This is not fun at all, guys. This is not fun. So basically, there's a time limit whenever I start squeegeeing out. As soon as I peel the window, there's only a certain amount of time that I have before it starts trying to stick. And then once it starts sticking, I run the risk of getting creases. Which is awesome, but that just comes, the second windshield we've done on a Cybertruck. These are just gonna get easier and easier as we go. But that's with anything, any new skill, because this is one thing that people don't think about when it comes to window tint. Every new car, I basically have to teach myself how to do the install. So there's especially something like this, it's brand new. Every window tinter out there is seeing these windshields and because they're like, oh, how do we do this? And so us over at OCDetailing, we get to be the guys that are the first ones doing it. So, because I'm pretty sure besides our YouTube videos, I have not seen any other shop doing windshields on these yet. I've seen other shops doing the front doors and then talking about, oh, the front doors are easy. I'm like, yeah, well, because they're open frame doors. Open frame doors are nothing crazy. If you're struggling with an open frame door, you're not that good of a tinter. These windshields are super complicated because of how narrow it gets at that bottom and the sheer size of them, because these are big. I don't know if the camera probably does it justice, the actual size of these. The way this bubble is shaping, it's not good, because if it leaves air, it could definitely smear on me, and I can't. Oh, and this could also crease really easily too, because what's going on here is it's just air that's trapped in this, and that air pressure has to go somewhere. And if I push the wrong way on it, it will. You asshole. If I push the wrong way on it, it'll just crease. Oh, I turned the air conditioner on. See what I'm talking about? About having too much stuff down here. This gets all bunched up and in my way. And then I can't do a good, clean install on it if I'm fighting material in my way. Because I can not even fit down here to do a good proper squeegee. Oh yeah, I definitely turned the air conditioner on. Y'all can't see it in here, but my dash cover is flapping in the wind. All right. Even with the screen clean mode on, because the screen clean mode after a few minutes will go back to normal. And so if I'm working and my leg bumps it, like what just happened there, it'll think that I'm trying to turn the AC on. Okay. Now, it's time for the power squeegee. So this is the one where I'm gonna grab my bigger I'm gonna use my 8-inch Orange Crush. You gotta keep the windshield damp while you work on it, because even with a brand new blade like this one, there is a possibility of scratching the film. But on the bright side, guys, at least bright side for me, while y'all are watching this, I'm gonna be snowboarding in Tahoe. So I actually, as soon as I finish this windshield tonight, I'm leaving with Joe. So while y'all are watching this, hope I don't get hurt, guys. Because I only started snowboarding last year, and it is so much fun, but I'm not that good at it yet. So let's. So I don't know if anybody knows. Look, that's me reaching as far as I can. And so if I was trying to reach this bottom point, my back is rubbing all down the film. So if I was trying to reach that whenever it was clean glass, I would have just ruined all the how clean that glass. And I turned this back on again. And this windshield is huge. And then it's also your windshield. So the owner of this vehicle is going to be sitting there staring at this windshield the entire time he owns this vehicle. So if there's gonna be a little squiggle of hair, a little fuzz, a little something, you're gonna find it. And that's the difficulty with all windshields. Then when you add in how narrow these are, how deep they are, how like just the sheer size, it just shows like the extreme difficulty that goes along with these. It's looking really good though. It's looking really, really clean, which is the most important part of tinting anything. I want this window to be like as clean as possible. And that's always like my big go-to. And so what's making me comfortable is I'm pushing really hard on this at the bottom, and I'm not noticing much water coming out. So that means I've done a pretty good job getting all of it out. Soak rope out. So like we're saying, whenever it comes to protecting your car while we're working on it, this piece right here is the most important part. But right here, this is also the scariest part, because if this catches my film and rips it up, everything I just did the last 2.5 hours is totally wasted. And it has definitely happened before. And just to show for the camera, which I hopefully, let me see the frame. Yeah, actually, much moisture. I actually get in. That all would have been going down the dash into the electronics. But we protect it with the soak rope. Super important. And I only pull that out just because I'm done spraying water now. Now, we're at this part where I get to double check everything, clean the glass off, start taking my tools out, make sure everything's all done, everything's nice, make sure there's no mistakes, no creases, hair, debris, anything like that. And that is how you tint a Cybertruck windshield and get it about as close to perfect as possible. And like I was saying earlier, this is the Crystalline 70%, so this is a very, very clear film. There is not much of a difference between a clear windshield and this windshield. Like it's almost non-existent on the glass. So I recommend to anybody who's concerned about losing visibility while they're driving when getting their windows tinted, because everybody thinks if you're tinting your windows, you have to go super dark, stop a lot of heat. It's not necessarily true. And it's not true with the ceramics and the higher heat rejections, the optical films, the infrared films, like what Crystalline is. So you can still enjoy the benefits of having heat rejection while having 100% visibility still. And even with that, like, so as somebody who, I have darker film on my car, whenever you see something from the outside and you're like, oh my God, that's so dark, how can they even see out of it? Your eyes adjust to light. So whenever you're sitting inside the vehicle, your eyes automatically adjust to that, and so you can see out perfectly fine. So like a car will look dark, and then you get in the inside and you're like, oh, I can see out just fine. At night, it does flip-flop a little bit to where it'll be easier to see into the car rather than seeing out. But it's something that you get used to as a driver. And so far, what I'm doing as I'm cleaning this off is I'm looking to see if there's any contaminants. And I have one right there. And that's something that I can make up and make it look better. No one is perfect. There's no such thing as perfect window tint. There is always going to be something somewhere, and especially when you're dealing with this much surface area, you're going to find something eventually. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but I try to do the best I can. And I have some little tricks that make them less noticeable. I'm only pointing this out just because it's on camera, and I want everybody to know that I am as good as I can be. But if I only had one speck in this entire windshield, then I'm pretty damn good. Most people can't get a screen protector on their phone without getting something underneath it. And now it's even less noticeable because I just took out the air from like a more of a technical standpoint. The only thing that people notice when it comes to little specks is they notice the air as it dries around it. So if I'm able to take all the moisture and air that builds up in that area, and the speck itself will be smaller than a pinprick, to where it'll be even like it's going to be pretty much non-detectable unless you know exactly where it is. Add one more right here. This is normally where if I have mistakes on my windshields, it comes from drainage from this housing unit. But I keep the housing unit on to protect any electronics that are inside this. Because if not, I have to do a whole thing of just keeping everything covered right here whenever the housing unit does a good job for it. But yeah, that's how we tint this. And I need to grab Alex so he can take this and edit the video. And if anybody was curious time-wise how long this took me, I started working on this at 3 p.m. and it is now 5:45. So 2 hours and 45 minutes. So these usually are averaging me about 3 hours. So this takes a lot of time, but it's necessary to do a good job. And that's one thing about me and about OCDetailing in general, is we will not rush something just to be able to get it done faster. It is much better for us to do it right and do it correct. And even if I would have made a mistake, what we would have done is just rip it off and waste that time. Start over. All right, Alex. It's all done. Yeah. Looks good, dude. Yes, you have to show the finished product, Alex. And if you want, you can even show me taking off the 3Ms, since people were having a lot of questions about those too. I mentioned it in the video, but I'm about to. I need to grab some alcohol.
Follow you around?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Isotropal. That's how you say that? Isotropal?
What?
That's how you say it. I don't know, man.
I'll leave you this in the video.
Whatever, dude. And see, the 3Ms just come off with a little bit of alcohol. But like I was saying earlier, it's just to mark that it is actually a 3M product. Because a lot of, I'm not saying a lot, have been shops in the past that will say something's 3M and put a different roll of film in the box. And then roll it out and it's like, yeah, see, it says 3M on the box. But this is just a way that 3M does as a security measure and to make everything more comfortable for the customer so they know that they're 100% getting 3M. Cool.
You want to end the video?
Yeah, I'm going snowboarding, so when y'all see this, I'll be on the mountain. Nah. Huh? I spoke fast, man. I said I'm going snowboarding, so when y'all see this, I'm going to be on a mountain.